Potential is really scary. It really can be. And a lot of times in my life, I was really scared of my own potential. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Email me. My email is in the description with any video topic you would like for me to help you with. I'm more than definitely going to make the video on that. So I'm sure you've been scared of your potential for some time now. And I'm here to tell you that you have so much potential that you don't even realize it. You're really better than you think you are, especially when you don't compare yourself to other people. And the fact that you're scared of your potential goes to show that you were built for more, because you know that you can be great and you're scared to achieve it deep down. And I'm here to tell you that's the stairwell, the stepping stone to your desired situation. That's the gap I'm talking about today. It's the fear of your own potential going from your current situation to your desired situation. A big part of that is that you're scared. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to be anymore. When you know you have potential and that you can make a change, it's one of the scariest things ever, because that means that you really have to become a new person. You have to stop being who you once were. And that means it's going to come with changing. And people aren't used to that, especially those people that you hang around with every day that like to stay the same, that don't like to grow. The fact is, whenever you grow, you might have to let those people go, and you're scared of that. And there's many other things that come with getting your potential in order. And that's one big thing. And, the fear of success is real. I want to ask you, who made you think success is scary? Success should excite you. You're becoming a better person. You're growing. You're getting healthier. You're getting wealthier. Your relationships are getting better. So should that really be scary? Or should that really be exciting? The fact that you're elevating, you're getting to the next level, you're transforming. The only constant in this world is change. And once you understand this, you're going to be able to grow so much faster. And the thing is, I talk about perception a lot in my videos. The way that you look at things really determines what you're going to get from it. If you think you're a loser, you're a loser. If you think you're a winner, you're a winner. It's really that simple. If you don't expect to be a winner and you feel like a loser, it doesn't work like that. You need to look at failure as stepping stones to success. 90% of people who choose to remain in the same place rather than make a change like you, that's the majority of society. They don't want to change. They'd rather, I'm not good enough, or I'm too scared. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. I'm comfortable. Everybody else is in my position and no one else is really standing out. So I'm just going to be like everybody else. That's how 90% of people think. And that's how you've been thinking for the longest, until you decided to stop, until you decided to engage with yourself and really get to that next level. And all you really have to do is focus on the process and remain consistent. And once you do that, everything else is going to take care of itself. The fear is going to go away, especially when you get used to becoming the person that you know you're supposed to be, that God knows that you can be. So a couple of pointers. I want you to understand that fear of potential is actually the fear of responsibility. One of the big reasons you're scared is because you don't want to be accountable. You're scared to be accountable. It's hard to be accountable. And I get it. Trust me, because growing up, we weren't really taught the importance of being accountable and, dealing with what comes with that. We've been taught to be so comfortable. And the truth is, it's not that you're not afraid of success. You're afraid of what success demands from you, right? To be successful in your case, you're going to have to drop the bad habits. You're going to have to stop the vices. You're going to have to stop the instant gratification for some time, right? Or you're going to have to manage it a lot better. Let me put it that way. Because your potential requires discipline, sacrifice, and a high standard, right? You are carrying yourself with class now. You're of a higher standard, so you have to act that way to remain in that frequency and to be able to control your mind. You subconsciously know that stepping into your potential means you can no longer hide behind excuses. You know this. You know this. And that's the reason why you want to stay where you're at, because you can't hide anymore. There's no more running once you face yourself and your potential. It's time to grow. Your past does not define your capacity. So just because you failed in the past, just because you feel like you've been average or made mistakes, that does not mean that you're not capable of becoming somebody. of becoming her, of becoming him, of becoming that great dad, of becoming that great mother, that great boyfriend or girlfriend, from becoming that great teacher, that great musician, right? That healer, right? You're more than capable. Potential is not based on your past performance. It's based on who you choose to become next. It's based on who you choose to become next. It's based on who you choose to become next. I say it all the time in my videos. You chase character, you don't chase goal. Because when you chase a specific character, you're going to get the goal, right? So your past performances are learning lessons. They're not failures. It's not that you did anything wrong. It's that it's a lesson that you're learning to get to that next level, that next spot. And here's the thing. It's always going to feel unfamiliar. Growth always feels weird. And the reason why growth feels unfamiliar is because you're in new territory now. You haven't experienced this. Of course, it's going to feel unfamiliar because that's not who you're used to being. And that's not a scary thing, and it's not a bad thing at all. It's something that just takes some getting used to. So don't expect clarity, comfort, or confidence at the beginning. No way, because you're stepping into your new self. You're stepping into a new version of yourself. You're stepping into unknown territory, right? Being scared is part of the path, but guess what? Push anyway. You act anyway. Go. Make it happen. Because courage is moving forward in the face of fear, not in the absence of it. You know, you run towards your goals. You don't run away from them. You run to who you want to be. You don't run away from that person. And the truth is, you were built for more. And the fact, everybody that's in the Continence Club, you included, I already know you're wired for more. Not everybody's going to be watching information like this. And I know that a lot of people in your city and your friend group really don't know this type of content, this type of information. That's how I know that you're different and you're built for more, especially if you watched up to this point. I give you a round of applause because you have the attention span to be successful. And deep down, you already know you were built for something greater. I'm saying it like a broken record because you are. That's how powerful you are. And that's how meaningful you are to God in this world. That discomfort that you feel when you have to say no to that vice, that frustration that you feel when you feel like nothing is happening, and that restlessness you feel, all of these things, that's your potential trying to get your attention. These are the tests that God are giving you that you're supposed to overcome to get from your current situation to your desired situation. These aren't bad things. These are just things God are putting in your way to say, hey, are you really about that life? Do you really want to control your mind? Do you really want this for yourself? Okay, well, here, take this and take that discomfort, take that frustration, take that restlessness. Let me see if you're really about that life. It's all a test. And other people's opinions are none of your business. This is huge. I know you might be a victim to feeling like, oh, everyone's talking bad about me. I'm so worried about what people think. But let me tell you, that's none of your business. You know, what other people think is none of your business. Fear of your potential, it often comes from worrying about how others will react to your growth. Because I'm telling you, like I just said, people aren't watching this content on the regular. People don't understand this information, yet alone want to apply it. And the thing is, once you do, you're going to be outgrowing people. You're going to be outgrowing your environment. You're going to be outgrowing your city that you're from, right? And outgrowing habits. And it's all part of the process. It's all something that is greater than you think. And you're not here to be liked. Remember, you're here to become who you're called to be. You didn't come to this life just so that people at your high school can like you. You're not called into this life so that people in middle school can like you. People at your 9 to 5 can like you. That's not what you're here for. You're here to become something greater than that. You're here to become somebody who you called to be, because that version of yourself that you want to be doesn't care about whether or not people from high school like you, people from your job like you. He doesn't care. She doesn't care about that. All they care about, that person that you want to become, is becoming that person so that you can enjoy life a lot better. Your quality of life can increase. So that's why you have to play the long game. Avoid the regret of playing small. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. Fast forward a year from now. Fast forward 5 years from now. Fast forward 10 years from now. Will you regret never stepping into who you know you could become? Absolutely not. You will never regret that. Why? Because you gave yourself a shot. You gave yourself a chance. A lot of people these days aren't giving themselves a chance because they're not putting in any work or taking any action. That's why they're going to regret, and you're not. And regret lasts longer than fear. The pain of discipline now is better than the pain of disappointment and regret later. Let me say that again. The pain of discipline now is better than the pain of disappointment and regret later. So what do you want to choose? Do you want to choose fear, failure, or do you want to choose regret? Failure versus regret. Make your choice. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I'll see you on the other side. And until then, keep going.